Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing another Let's Play of Cupid, a visual novel. I think we're on chapter 7, but I'm not too sure, so let's continue. Almost press start. Yeah, chapter 7. Okay. What in me is dark? Does that make sense? I don't think it does. No light, but rather darkness visible. And again, I forgot my glasses. Oh well. Ooh, but that is not me. Oh wow. Okay. What is in me is not me. I have fought with it, lived with it, and survived. Yet we become what we subdue. If that is true, then I was never myself. Oh, is this Gourmet? I am not a monster. Then what are you? Tired. Somewhat irritable? That too. I somehow prefer this side of you. Makes me wonder why I am so stern with you. Why I care so much for your well-being. Why did I even offer you to stay with me? I do not know. You are still so generous, even if you are like this. I give because I can take. Once upon a time, there lives a man. I lived. I said that wrong. Just lived. Who lost his heart, so he ate others. Oh god, this is getting creepy. He who makes a beast of himself gets rid of the pain of being a man. I never lost it. I have always been cursed without it. Then take mine. Yours? Do you love me? I think you do. Do you know how long I have travelled to find you? How far I've searched? And now you're here. Finally. My heart yearns for you, Gourmet. I love you. Stop. Nectar flows from the spring of the rose. In eminence and obstacle find none of membrane, joint or limb exclusive. Whoa, that's too fast. Touch me, Gourmet. Oh, this is getting weird. My body wants you. Oh no, there's people in the house. I hope they don't hear this. My eyes fly open from the groggy mist of confusion. I'm really liking the visuals so far, like on this part. My body is bound in a force that imprisoned my limbs. Chains. The smell of your skin saturates my nose. Sweat. My whole body is tense. Flesh. You walk up to me. You put a finger on my lips and trace down my neck. Goosebumps break on my skin. This is getting sensual. You are beautiful, I have noticed before. I knew you were before you even did. But you were so pure. Pure. The taste of your love was unripe fruit. Instead, I thought of you as something I'd like to protect. Why is that? Your hair flows out like a river as it brushes against my skin. You reach your hand to me and my stomach curls. There is a tainted power radiating from you that makes me gag. Like sugar dissolved in water. Like a full belly on the brink of sick. I thought I had forgotten this feeling. I am afraid. You move closer to me and I startle back. Everything in dreams is slower. You claim my mouth with yours. It tastes just like honey. This is escalating quickly. Spit ropes Sorry, that made me feel a bit sick. Spit ropes between our lips and I feel weaker the more I linger in this dream. A trap. Rosa, what are you doing? Stop this. You giggle. No. You open your mouth and kiss me again. My energy drains from me. I pull my face away. Stop. I don't want this. And yet you want me. Your body agrees. No. You want me too, don't you? Stop it, Rosa. This is so uncomfortable. You don't know what you're doing. See, you do love me. You want to protect me. You treat me differently. I've always kept my distance from you. You are always hovering at the edge of my vision. The air is heavy with magic. I will myself to move, but my mind is torn to pieces at the spell. Imaginary hands touch my body and pinch at my flesh. They pull me down and hold me in place. I must escape. I can't move from this dastardly prison. Dastardly, just so you know, is one of my favourite words. I say it at every opportunity I can get. Like, honestly, every other word I say is probably dastardly, even if it doesn't make sense. Such a good word. What does it feel like to be helpless? Have you forgotten what it feels like to be a victim? To be weak? Jesus Christ. That's disgusting. Oh my god, that's really creepy. Your face begins to change. You are Rosa. You are Catherine. You are Marcus. You are Diomedes. You are Psyche. The head begins to snap and distort. The skin bubbles and the flesh tears to reveal the pulsing hide of the monster inside. Your glistening heart pumps in your chest. Another face grins as its eyes focus on me. Yet I'm not afraid of this thing and its many mouths. You are merely holding a mirror up to me. I gasp and struggle, but your hands clamp around my neck. One of your tongues licks at the side of my belly as if sampling the food before the course. You are nothing but a parasite, you see. The other face contorts into a grin. How did you ever think you were powerful? Look at you squirm. You are an insect. It's time for me to swat you, to make you pay for all you have done. Who are you really, Rosa? You smile at my helplessness. The smile breaks your cheek and splits your face in two. This is really creeping me out. Like, I don't remember much from the last chapter, but this is weird. Like, how did we get to here so quickly? Your mouth reveals a gaping hole. Rosa, why are you doing this? Why? Because you are filthy. You eat and you eat. You took all her love, left me with nothing. I've always been at your scraps. I just wanted a bite, that's all, but you had to consume every last bit. My eyes widen at your words as the realization strikes my senses. What did you say? You are... Oh, but I forgive you, even if Mother can't. I love you that much. Shut up. I do. Don't you believe me? I struggle with the chains in my mind. Look at you, fighting me so hard. If you just relax, it'll be over soon. My teeth grip with anger. So she's stronger than him then in this demon form, and she seems to have accepted this form very quickly. Too many times I have heard the same revolting words, all convincing me to accept my fate lying down, eyes closed. It will be over soon. Anger rips apart my chest. Open your mouth. Smile for me. Silence. And after all of that, they have the gall to tell me what I am supposed to feel. Little boys aren't supposed to cry. Why do you refuse a lady? Doesn't it feel good? Just relax and enjoy it. It'll be over soon. Oh, this is horrible. I don't like reading this. Not soon enough. Men and women, they are all rabid for desire. They are disgusting. It will not be anyone's toy. I will not be anyone's toy ever again. I will not be a piece of meat. How dare you humiliate me, you wretched little witch? I rattle the bounds of my cage and it makes you flinch. You don't notice the part of its splinter. I bare my teeth at you. I will never forgive you. Why are you so cross with me? Don't you see I'm doing this for you? Shut your mouth! The creature doesn't stop. It continues to feed on my life. It draws over me with ecstasy. It is never, ever gentle. It grasps... I said that really weird. It grasps my neck and suffocates me as it nears its peak. Yes, mine. You're mine. I struggle out of the creature's grip. I can feel my body weaken and tense at the same time. I concentrate on breathing the spell that holds me in place. But it is hard to escape. My consciousness is foul and almost out of my grip. My lungs cry for air. Terror mounts inside me as I feel my life drain away. Perhaps I should stop struggling. Perhaps. Let the monster take me. I'm so tired. So tired of fighting. You poor thing. The momentary lapse on the creature's hold lets loose a part of my mind. I gather all my Iranian strength and push back at the crack I made a while ago. Oh! The spell shatters and I break free. I do not give the creature a chance to think. I jab my hand into its chest. Oh my god. Momentarily winded and stunned, I hit it again. It falls to its knees. The spell on me weakens. I feel power return into my body, and yet the creature laughs, the sound resonating from around me. I'm not going to die here. I have sacrificed far too much to perish. The creature's laughter jeers at me. For what? I grasp its neck and watch it choke, relishing the control back in my veins. Yet the creature still laughs. I am not to be mocked, you filthy thing. I am powerful, and I will endure. I have played this game for centuries, and I will not be beaten at my own device. The creature caresses my hand, choking its throat. This, you enjoyed it too, didn't you? I did it all for you. My anger increases, the power in my hands. Its mouth titters as I snap its neck. I love you. Oh, achievement unlocked. Wet dream gone bad. Lovely. Guillaume woke up from the dream, weak and shaking. He stood up from the bed and his vision floundered. He fell onto the floor, losing balance from the sudden frailty of his legs. The churning of his stomach wouldn't go away. I bet that feeling is like when you have a dream paralysis. I hate that. I had it when I was younger once and it terrified me. Oh god, yeah, I'm just imagining that's not nice. Every breath was shallow and tasted like sick. He closed his eyes. He laid on the floor for a little while, dragging air into his lungs until the urge to vomit passed. How could darkness still spin without ground? Guillaume's fist balled up in anger. To be degraded into this pathetic state was unforgivable. He felt the flurry burning hot in his heart, consuming every thought in his head. He tried to rein it in. It was an unnecessary expulsion of energy at this point. He didn't know how long he had laid in the dark for. How late? Why can't I speak? I can never speak when I do these videos. Okay. He didn't know how long he laid there in the dark, but soon his strength came back to him. Pushing himself from the floor, Gilmay staggered around his room. He cleaned himself and put on fresh clothes. He could still feel the tugs of odious power within his stomach. He walked to his bedside drawer and looked inside. It was empty. Another bite of vile hatred churned his chest. He grabbed his face in frustration. He could hear her calling out to him, a whisper, a taunt. Gilmay, play with me again. Or, I don't know if you heard that. I can hear whispers in my ear. Ew. Please. You know where to find me. He shivered as his teeth grinded in his mouth. You'll pay for this. Gilmay heard voices waft around his ears. Ever since he had woken up from the dream, his vision doubled. That is such a cool, attention to detail. That was... Oh, it's still going on. That's so creepy. Oh. Right. He would be walking on the floor 1 minute, then slipping the next. Gilmay held onto the wall. It seemed that the spell hadn't ended with the dream. He hated the feeling of being powerless. He clenched his fist, biting his lip to keep himself awake. The domain of sleep was where he was most vulnerable. His attacker must have known this too. He regained some of his strength, but he was still weakened considerably. Rosa. So she was a witch. How come he had never noticed before? The years had made him soft. Gilmay clenched his jaw. Either way, it didn't matter. It was starting to get boring. He would just have to deal with Rosa tonight. Then he would pack his bags and leave for Asia. Gilmay smiled, despite his nausea. Just you wait, my dear. I'll pay you back for your contempt. He opened the door to Catherine's room. At once Gilmay noticed the tinge of red that saturated the room. A blood-red candle shone brightly on the table. The air was heavy with the salty musk of sex, and his vision began to flounder once again. Somehow he felt unprepared. A prickle of fear stained his pride. He was suddenly aware that his anger had led him here without enough forethought. More than anything, he suddenly craved to have any sort of weapon. Somebody was shifting on the bed, but the room was too dark to see who it was. Gilmay stepped closer. He could hear low, rousing moans from the bed. They increased in fever and excitement as he stepped nearer. Gilmay's mouth salivated. A final soft squeal came, and the figure rose from the bed into the light of the candle. Pat the bunny. Achievement unlocked. I feel like that's gross, but I don't know what it means. Hi, Gilly. What's she doing? Thanks for waiting for me to finish. Ew. I got so excited at the thought of you coming over that I couldn't help myself. Ew. It feels so good to release pent-up frustration, doesn't it? The woman stepped forward and Gilmay instinctively took a step back. See? You're my biggest frustration. Years, Gilmay, years. I held myself back, fighting my own nature. For what? I don't even know anymore. Sweat dribbled on Gilmay's brow. He wiped it off hastily. He could feel his muscles tensing, a clenching in his abdomen, akin to being touched. What do you want? Rosa giggled. Retribution. But not before I get to play around. Mother allowed me just this once. A reward for being a good girl. Gilmay's vision spun. The sweat poured off his whole body. His breathing was bated and hot. He clenched his fist. Release me from this spell now. I'm warning you. That is adorable. She stepped towards him. Gilmay saw a glint of something sharp in one of her hands. It was his dagger. He gritted his teeth. His head pulsed like a splinter was stuck in his brain. Gilmay felt like a child now. He suddenly realised how puny his demands sounded. Do you really want to fight me, Gilmay? I know how to kill you. A strike to the heart, a wound that will never heal. She was taunting him. And this spell. I made this spell especially for you. Your own power of emitting desire is used against you. It makes my spell more powerful, while you become weaker. You must admit it is impressive. I am more powerful than you, Gilmay. Gilmay choked on his own spit. He swallowed and swallowed, but the liquid in his mouth seemed to drown him. What does it feel like being seduced against your own will? Ugh. She stepped even closer to him, so close that her bosom rubbed on his arm. Gilmay couldn't move. His arm felt heavy and numb. He felt a sharp, light poke of metal on his ribs. Her power was double his own. The power seemed to magnify it with her proximity. She ran her hands over his chest, chasing a finger down his shirt. Getting torn down the middle must be excruciating. Now you know how your victims feel, you dirty monster. Who are you? I am your judge, Gilmay. I am your how do you say that? Scourge? Your truth. I am like you, a creature that emanates and feeds on desire. But unlike you, I am clean. I am pure. What? Mother's love. She keeps me clean. I am attached to her teat and suckling at her love way after she died. That's disturbing. Isn't it wonderful? No, it's not. You, on the other hand, you are vile, repugnant, filthy. Rosa licked the sweat off Gilmay's neck. Her tongue slid on the skin so enticingly, the hair on Gilmay's arm stood up. She was so near now. Her skin glistened with sweat. Her lips were wet and plump like apples. Is that her tongue? That's so cute. Really weird. Gilmay shut his eyes. He wanted to push her away, despite his petrified body. But his mind was torn. Part of him frolicked upon the thought of kissing her neck, pulling her hair, riding his lips on her shoulders, pushing her wrist down onto the floor. He bit his lip and his teeth broke through skin. The pain gave him momentary control over his drugged mind. If he didn't find a way to stop the spell soon, it would be his downfall. Oh, but what a temptation you are, you shameless rake. You're enticing in your debauchery. I can't say that word. I've been so good all these years, I didn't even feed once. And you just eat and eat and eat to your little heart's content? Where's your discretion, you pig? You even stole away Catherine's love before I got a taste. It's not fair. I don't know what you're talking about. Rosa giggled. Don't play dumb with me. I am the only one who understands your nature. We are two of a kind. You can't lie to me. Then release me. I've done nothing to you. Rosa licked her lips. I'm sorry, darling, but I can't. As long as you exist, I can never have peace. Knowing that you're out in the world feeding, I'll get jealous, you see. You crazy witch. Rosa just laughed, and Gilmay felt a rising terror as she pressed her body against his. This is confusing me, because he's like, some sort of Cupid, or whatever. He's like Cupid, right? So that's like a demigod or a god, I can't remember. But she's a witch, yet she's the same. I'm just really confused. Okay, just carry on. I love you so much. Her voice was barely above a whisper. I can't control myself any longer. You'll be my first and last feed-in. Did you enjoy your dream of me, Gilmay? I made the spell stronger now. I'll make sure you won't get away this time. Gilmay was silent for a moment. Then a low snicker escaped from his mouth. What's so funny? You, pathetic little girl. I pity you. With these words, the spell started to waver just a little bit. At least I have the decency to own my curse and not hide under self-righteous proclamations. You get to enjoy the scraps of our despicable lives. And you? How does it taste living under your mother's rotting love? You're probably tired of it by now, aren't you? Mummy's love doesn't taste so good after decades of sucking on it. Gilmay's hunch was correct. And as usual, my throat is drying up. It won't close. Here we go. The spell was a charm to entice and seduce. It was linked directly to the caster. If he could distract Rosa and the hold of the charm would weaken. Already he could feel sensation returning to his fingers. In the end, you're just a leech, feeding off an ancient, decomposing love. It's no wonder you're insane. Rosa pushed him onto the floor. She was still powerful. The curse hadn't lost all its effects. Gilmay's back hit the floor with a thud. Rosa climbed on top of him. She pushed on his neck and with her weight and squeezed. Gilmay let out a painful groan. You didn't talk about my mother that way. The levels of hate and desire mixed and saturated the air. It suffused Gilmay's senses. His mind went blank for a moment. I will make you pay for your words. I will suck you dry until you're nothing but a husk. I will devour your mind. I will take it all. Your love will fill me up. But I know mother's love will still be the best. Gilmay felt a cold, sharp knife savagely tearing at his clothes. The fear surfaced on his senses and snapped him back. But Gilmay just laughed again. Take it. Take my body. Make yourself feel good, Rosa. I feel sorry for you. It had been a while since he had been violated like this. He thought he had been able to run away by being smarter, being dominant. The bitterness of being an object of desire set a coating of gall up his throat. But he only flashed a sadistic grin. You don't even have to kill me soon. Why not make me your slave? This is weird. I'm sure that's a worthy punishment for all the victims I've claimed. Rosa stopped once again, confused at his words. You're just like the rest of them. He laughed manically, just like everyone else. Go on, dear. Why did you stop? He was chuckling now. His deranged eyes stared at Rosa. Pain sifted through the cracks. It is most humbling to be reminded of my real purpose, Rosa. Use me. Use me for your pleasure, for your vengeance, for your justice. Then throw me away. This is really degrading, blimey. In the end, we are all just using each other. He laughed again. Love? Love doesn't exist. It is just fear wrapped in a pretty package. Only desire is real. Only need. He looked up at Rosa with a sneer. How much of your mother do you really remember? I don't remember any creature birthing me, do you? Shut up, you worm. You must admit the possibility that this mother you speak of was simply a stranger who took you in because of our curse. Rose's mouth hung open in shock. Must be why it is easy for you to use her memory to justify your filth. That's not true. I love Mother with all my heart. I'm doing what Mother wants. I just follow her orders. I am her vessel. She lives through me. Then answer me this. Why would any mother who loves her child want her to be a murderer? She doesn't love you. She's just using you. Same as how you're using her to survive. Rosa clamped her hands tighter on Gilmay's neck. Shut up, shut up. I'm doing this because Mother is always right. Mother knows best. I am avenging her. Really? Gilmay choked. Go on then. Why don't you ask your mother why you are here? Why you're really here? Maybe she's just enjoying the show. That's not true. Oh, fourth wall. Achievement unlocked. That's not true. Mother loves me. Rosa's eyes lost focus. She struggled to listen to Mother's voice. Mother? Should I really be doing this? Yes. Don't let his silver tongue fool you, child. You have a purpose. This is what you're supposed to do. Why? He is a monster, you stupid child. He has to be stopped from feeding again. Haven't we already discussed this? I'm not stupid. Stop calling me stupid. Rosa's grip on Gilmay's neck slackened. Gilmay coughed at the sudden influx of air. Rosa stared at her hands in confusion. Tears started to run down her face. Why do you want me to kill somebody, Mother? Should I really do it? Why should I be the one to kill him? Rosa yanked hair from her head. Why should I do this? If he killed Catherine, should I kill him too? And then if I killed him, I would have his blood on my hands. I live a long life, Mother. Can it really wash away? Is killing him the only way? Yes! Then why should I be the one to do it? Child, you have seen his face. You have an opportunity to end his existence. But why should I be the one to kill him? Can't somebody else do that? Mother, I don't want to be a murderer. Please don't make me do it. I'm scared. Rosa frowned. Mother? Please tell me what to do. Do you even love me, Mother? Mother, don't you love me anymore? I have followed all your commands all this time. I've obeyed you. I did everything for you. Do you even care for me? Tell the truth. Mother laughed in Rosa's head. Because I wanted to see a little blood. I find it entertaining. Is this funny to you? To see lives toyed with? I thought you loved me. You are nothing to me. Rosa sobbed with her knees folded. I hate you. She retreated into a corner of the room and cried. I thought you loved me, Mother. I have followed all of your words all this time. I endured all your horrible words. I loved you even when you hurt me. What even am I to you? You're nothing to me but a plaything. I don't love you. All I need for you to do is to follow my orders. That is all you are good for. Why are you doing this to me? Why have you led me down this path? What? Are you not going to speak again? Have you run out of your gal? Say something! Rosa screamed with tears in her eyes. All this time I have spent with you, I have always obeyed you. I'm getting a little bit teary-eyed, like, wow, this story is messed up. I loved you, Mother. You were always so cruel to me. So many times you called me a monster, blamed me and hurt me. But despite the hurt, I never wanted to get rid of you. I thought, to endure the pain, isn't that real love? To continue hurting and sacrificing proves how true my love is. All my tears should mean something. Nobody told me that was a lie. She continued sobbing, crumpled by the wall, pulling desperately on her hair. She would shout her anger sometimes, would whisper sometimes, then her head snapped back in alert. She cupped her hands on her ears, her face contorted into worry. Mother? Did you say something? I didn't hear you. Please, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say those things. I was just... Please don't be angry. I love you, Mother. Please come back. I'm nothing without you. I don't want to be alone. Rosa sobbed with grief. Just come back to me, Mother. I'll never question you again. Gilmay felt his full consciousness return to him. The sickly, nauseating atmosphere in the room started to dissipate. The spell was losing effect, but his body still refused to follow his orders. He crawled to where she had dropped his dagger. He stretched out his fingers to reach the weapon. You're letting him get away! Kill him now! Rosa's eyes lost their sadness. She smiled in pure bliss at the sound of Mother's command. She brought her foot down in Gilmay's outstretched hand. Ah! She picked up the dagger. It glinted at her with malice. It was so sharp. She lifted the blade. The knife struck his chest. Gilmay groaned in pain. She brought it up again. Oh my god, this sounds so gross. Happy tears fell from Rosa's eyes. You had me so worried, Mother. I'm so happy you're back. I will never question you again. Guillaume sputtered out flecks of red as he laughed. Thank you, thank you. We've been waiting for this. Rosa raised the weapon higher and brought it down again. It pierced his heart this time. Guillaume's hands clenched and flailed, but he was laughing at the end. Oh, bliss. The pain was beginning to fade. Every weight he carried shrunk as his heart went into shock. Rosa watched as the life left Guillaume's body. It annoyed her that his face was contorted into a sneer, as if even in his death he still continued to taunt her. Finally, he stopped moving. She kicked at him with spite. Bastard! Glad you're dead. She wiped her hands on her dress. It's a shame you didn't want to die the fun way, Gilly. You could have lived a little longer. Rosa giggled. No matter. Anyone who disrespects Mother deserves to die painfully. Rosa gave a satisfied sigh. What shall I do now, Mother? Mother? Don't do this to me again. Talk to me. Mother, where are you? I did what I was told. Aren't you proud of me? Rosa burst into tears again. Why are you doing this to me, Mother? Don't you know I love you so much? I do all that you ask. I'm nothing without you, Mother. Please talk to me. Why are you so cruel to me? What did I do wrong, Mother? Whatever it is, I'll do what you want. Just please, please don't talk to me like this. I'm afraid of being alone. You evil bitch. Now that you got what you wanted from me, you leave me? I hate you. Are you happy now? Are you satisfied? Rosa fell to the floor and sobbed. Come back. This is so deranged. I don't want to be alone, Mother. Please come back. Rosa ran to Guillaume's body in desperation. She dropped the knife. Gilly? Gilly? I'm sorry. Please don't be dead. Rosa touched Guillaume's face and slapped his cheek. Please. You're the only one left. Gilly? Rosa shook his shoulders, calling his name. She attempted to patch up the wound on his chest, pulling the blood back into his body. His body was still warm, but there was no breath left in him. There was no beat in his heart. Rosa had a sudden idea. If I give you my love, will it revive you? If I can take love, can I give it back? Guillaume, I still do love you. I do. She kissed Guillaume's lips, forcing whatever power she had into him, but he didn't move, no matter what she tried. Are we supposed to live long lives, Guillaume? We're supposed to be the same. Why are you so fragile? Rosa hit his chest in distress. You can't be dead. I've never been alone. Please don't leave me alone. Rosa began to giggle. Mother is playing with me. Mother? Is this a game? Are you playing hide and seek? She tore at her hair and laughed. Is Gilly also playing? No. He's dead and your mother's not there, mate. Soz. Catherine, come join. God, this is messed up. Rosa sobbed. Mother, please. I don't want to be alone. Please. Please. Emptiness. Achievement unlocked. Oh, ending. 04. Mutation. Oh gosh, I need to save this. Oh my goodness, what's happening? Story, art and writing direction. Oh, hold on. Was that the end? What the hell? Your choices. Your main purpose is revenge. You called Rosa a monster. You left Guillaume's locket closed. You wanted to read more of Guillaume's journal. You made Rosa steal Guillaume's dagger. 37% complete. So... okay. Was that it? I'm guessing that was it. Well, if it turns out that that wasn't it, you know, I'll find out and whatever. But this might be the last bit of this, I guess. That was really sudden. Like, I'm left with so many questions. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna Google quickly to see how many chapters are in this game. Okay, guys. So I'm just looking on the Steam community, and people have like done like a Cupid achievement 100% guide. So down here you can have different endings. I don't know why I wouldn't realise that you'd get different endings with like a visual novel, but I got the ending 4, so I guess to completely get the 100% achievement and all that, you have to do all the different endings. But yeah, I might end up doing that in my spare time, but for now I'm guessing that is the end of this gameplay. What did you think by the end? I was expecting more gore and more strange things to happen, and it was a little bit abrupt in the end, but I think overall I did enjoy it. It was a little dry in some points, but yeah, when the going was happening, I guess, does that even make sense? When it got deep and creepy, I enjoyed that, is what I'm trying to say, and I hope you did too. I'm gonna find some more games like this to play, I think, but yeah, for now, I'll speak to you in another video soon. Bye.